What's up, peoples? It is Saturday evening, almost 6 p.m. Already done with the poker schedule for the day. Saturdays, I like to play the morning and early afternoon tournaments. Try not to play too many, that way I can really focus and then have my evening to kind of relax. And because Sundays I play all day long, about 14 hours and tons of tournaments. Okay, so today's video is not going to be about replay, really. It's going to be about poker tools, and this you are looking at is a poker tool called Poker Stove. It's a free download. Go to pokerstove.com. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can just click on that. But when you are not playing poker and you want to get better, you need to put some work in outside of the tables. So talking about hands with other good players, looking at different ways of thinking, and maybe trying to maximize a better way of doing it is a good idea. Using a program like this, which kind of shows you the math and against ranges, is a good idea. And there are other things you can be doing, like reviewing your hand histories or others, and so on and so forth. So download this program, guys, and start to use it. I'll show you some simple things. Up here, you just type in hands. So player 1, we're going to give him the hand of 8-9 suited. So we'll go 8 of hearts, 9 of hearts. Apply. So we have him with 8-9 of hearts, and we're going against pocket tens. You can just click evaluate, and it's pretty simple, just like other sites. It shows you, but it's cool. You can come over here and put the board in. So we're going to put 8 of diamonds, jack of hearts, 3 of spades. Okay, now we can hit evaluate, and it changes. This is our equity post flop with the board, and you can put the turn in too if you like. You can put 10 of spades, and it keeps changing. And then obviously the river. If you have the river, you'd be drawing dead, so you'd have 0. So you could do that. What you can also do is, let's say you have 8-9 of hearts, okay, and you think that the guy is, let's say a guy is raising pre-flop. He's raising the button, okay. So we're going to say he's raising any pair, any Broadway. Okay, so the hands in purple are the hands he's raising, and we're gonna, you can just start adding any hands that you think he would be raising on the button. So I would say any ace, a lot of suited kings, queen 9 suited, queen 8 suited. So this is an active player's range. Maybe there's a few more hands, and I'm sure probably like the 5-6 suited and stuff like that. Okay, but we can go more if we want or less. But you can click on and off the hands, real simple. Down here it shows you the hands we have selected is 34.2% of all hands. So he's opening the button with a 34% range. And we want to see how 8-9 suited would play all in against this. So we click evaluate. Oops, I forgot to erase the board. We're going to erase the board. Okay, so pre-flop, if we shove 8-9 suited and we're called by this range, we're 40% equity against that range. And you can do the same thing with, let's say, pocket 8s. And so on and so forth. You can just keep doing this, plugging in different hands and ranges. You could add another person here with ace-king offsuit. And this is a real good program to just use to figure out ranges and the math and your equity against ranges. And then you can kind of develop some better decisions on, well, I thought this is kind of what he had. Do you think this was a good all-in, or this was a good call, or this was a good play? And by plugging in these ranges, you kind of answer that question for yourself math-wise. And then once you kind of understand the reads and the psychology, put them together, and you will be doing really well. So that's that program. Okay, so someone left a comment on my page. They were asking me to talk about the stop-and-go play and ups and downs of poker. So we'll start with the stop and go. That's a play that was pretty popular and useful a couple years ago. Dan Harrington talked about it in his book. And it's basically what it is you're shorter stacked, let's say 12 blinds, 10 blinds. The button raises, you have pocket threes or king jack offsuit. A medium hand that you're willing to go all in with, but you know that the guy's committed and he's calling you if you shove. So you're just going to call his, let's say, 2.5 times the blind raise, and then you're going to shove all in on any flop. And do I like this play is a question, or do I use it? And I guess to never use something would be kind of bad, and to say it's a horrible play is kind of bad also. I don't use it hardly. I use it hardly ever, and a lot of really good players hardly use it because people are aware of it. So they're going to call you anyway, so you're not getting those folds that you think you do. Especially online, you could time out if you don't just shove all in. I think it's just best to just go ahead and go all in right there. You take all of the problems off of yourself, and the guy's going to be calling you either way, I think. Like if he has ace jack off suit and you have pocket threes, it comes queen deuce 5 and you shove all in and you're hoping that he's folding. I don't think he is, and I don't think anybody is really. They're just going to call. They feel committed and they view it as you going all in anyways. So you're not going to get that. So you might as well just shove it all in pre-flop. Keep it simple. You don't want to time out. And if let's say the flop comes ace king 4 and you have pocket threes, and now you're like, well, I said I was going to do the stop and go, but it came an ace and a king. He probably has an ace or king. I'm going to fold, and he just jams all in when you check, and he's got queen 10 or he's got queen 9 or 6-7 suited. These hands where you're still beating, or maybe that you're still racing against. So you're going to make some incorrect folds sometimes too. So you're better off just get all in pre-flop and keep it simple, and hopefully you don't let yourself get down to those really short stacks. And another point on that is this: if you have a hand like pocket twos, or let's say queen 10 suited and stuff, and people are kind of raising in middle position and you have 10 blinds, you don't really want us to be going all in because you're essentially calling. They're committed. They're calling you against their ranges. You're not really dominating it, and you're probably slightly behind it or even to it. And I think it's better to just fold there and shove the button with any two, or the cutoff with any two, or a wider range later on, because then you still have the chance of them folding. You still have 10 blinds. You have the chance of them folding, or when they do call, you can raise or be a 35-65 or 40-60, stuff like that. Hands that are ahead of their range often, or you have 55, 60, 70% equity, usually against the range, then yeah, go ahead and gamble, I suppose. So that's the stop and go. The ups and downs of poker. Wow, good question, big question. Tons of ups and downs. It's really rough. Only a select few can play really good, run good, and deal with the ups and downs. For me, I've had the best of both worlds. I've ran really good and won some really big tournaments, and I've ran really horrible for a long period of time. I've been playing for almost 8 years. I've seen both sides, and both sides are amazing. They're both rushes. So you have to be really, just like any other business or things that go up and down, you have to be really strong mentally, know that it's ups and downs. You put yourself in good positions often, and know that in the long run it will work out. Don't let the bad beats or the bad times get to you, and don't blow the money when you are way up or have had a big hit, because the rainy days do come. And that's what kind of my brief answer. The video is kind of wrapping up. I'm at the 10-minute mark, and I'll probably do a video something like this soon if you guys like it. Alright guys, good luck, have a great day, talk to you guys tomorrow.